This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Made in Australia.
G'day, mates, and welcome back to another episode of INCRadio Made in Australia. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you may be tuning in from. We hope you are having a blessed day. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell to stay up to date with all of INCRadio Made in Australia as updates. And joining me today are our lovely hosts, Sister Chloe and Sister Jamie. Sisters, how are you?
Hello, Cleo Morgan. It's been too long. It's been too long since we've hosted, and I am so excited. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our viewers and listeners here on INCRadio Australia. My name is, of course, your sister Chloe De La Paz, all the way from the local congregation of Adelaide here in the district of Victoria, Australia. And I am so excited because today we will be continuing our discussions on the hobbies that we have here in the land down under here in Australia. And of course, if you haven't seen our promo video yet, you might not have a clue yet as to what our topic is. But I think our next host will be able to give us maybe a hint or two, right, Sister Jamie? Hi, Sister Jamie.
Yes, Sister Chloe. Yes, Sister Chloe. Today we have a very exciting episode. Hello, everyone. I am Sister Jamie Ramoso from the local congregation of Adelaide, Ecclesiastical District of Victoria, Australia. And yes, today we are very excited to discuss a hobby that I think a lot of our viewers enjoy. We might do this hobby when we're out taking a walk, or maybe when we're getting lunch, or most of all, when we see beautiful scenes or have beautiful moments with one another. But Sister Chloe, what is this very special hobby we are talking about today?
Ooh, it's very versatile. It can be applied by everyone and anyone. It is photography. So everything about taking photos, whether it is on your phone or using one of those DSLRs or one of those cameras, it's our topic today is photography. So to all of our viewers, please share your stories if you have any experiences or thoughts about photography. Even better, if you have any lovely photos of us, maybe of the sunrise, the sunset, brethren, even watching Made in Australia, please share with us all of your photos, and we will be sharing it on our Mates of Mia every single week. So don't be afraid to share those photos with us. We know that you are very, very talented, our live chat viewers. Of course, what do you use when you take photos? Cameras, phones? What are your usual subjects? Is it nature? Is it portraits? Is it people? What do you love most about taking photos? There's a lot to talk about today. And for today, we have a couple of very, very special guests who can share their experiences and inputs with us, right, Sister Jamie?
Yes, do look forward to their interviews and hearing about their inspiring stories about photography.
Yeah, Sister Jamie, Sister Chloe, I can feel the energy from our viewers here all the way in Queensland, even from our live chat. We are still waiting for some of our viewers to tune in and to hear from you. So be sure to leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And if you guys have a passion for photography, we'd love to see some of what you've captured. Send them through to your local leadership or whoever might have shared with you today's link. And they'll send it through to our producers to be featured in next week's episode. But before we continue, stay tuned because you are watching Made in Australia, brought to you by INCRadio Australia Satellite Studio, one of the official satellite studios of INCRadio.
Made in Australia.
I really love watching Made in Australia because it not only helps me discover new things, but it serves as our family bonding time.
Well, Made in Australia is just so versatile. It has everything. It showcases all the different congregations and GWSs of Australia, all of their talents, their hard work, life advices, everything like that. Getting to know all the brethren all across the country is just so beautiful to see. They also give so many advices like renting, investing, businesses. I remember one episode about your essentials in a long drive, and that's definitely needed in Australia. It also showcases Australia as well. All the different cities, all the beautiful scenics. It's just so beautiful to watch. And it's just, you can learn so many things from these episodes.
Made in Australia.
All right, and welcome back to INC Radio Made in Australia, brought to you by INC Radio Australia Satellite Studios. Again, continue to send through your comments. We'll give a quick shout out to some of our early bird listeners who are joining us this day. We have a quick shout out to brother DJ Mangiwit, Renalyn Nimbago, as well as Sister Virgie Mapulak, who says, "We love INC Radio from Shepparton." Thank you for joining us today, Sister Virgie. We also have Sister Nariza Webb, who says, "Happy viewing from Central Coast." Thank you so much for joining us today, brethren. Continue to send through your likes, your comments. Don't forget to click the share and subscribe buttons to stay up to date with all of INC Radio Made in Australia's updates. And yes, if you are just tuning in today, today's episode is about photography and the passions of photography. We're diving into one of our most creative and rewarding hobbies out there. Whether you're shooting on your phone or with a professional camera, photography lets you capture moments, tell stories, and see the world in a whole new light. Let's get started, and don't forget to keep your focus sharp. Here's today's Discovering Down Under.
G'day mates! Today I want to talk about a truly interesting hobby, photography. Whether you're snapping pics with a phone or a fancy camera, photography isn't just about taking pictures. It's about seeing the world differently. When you first start taking photos, you begin to notice things that you used to overlook. The way the light hits a wall, the patterns in the clouds, or even that one perfect moment that only lasts a second. Photography teaches you patience, creativity, and attention to detail. And honestly, it's one of the most rewarding ways to express yourself. What's great is you don't need expensive gear to start. Your smartphone camera is actually more powerful than most digital cameras from 10 years ago. What really matters is your eye, the way you frame, compose, and tell a story through a single shot. Photography can connect you to so many different people and places. Well, let's hear from our mates. What got them hooked on photography, what they love to shoot, and what keeps them snapping away.
As a person who loves taking photos, I usually use my phone or my camera. My photos often feature the people closest to me, like my friends, my family, especially my brothers, or when I am performing my duty as a camera operator. I'm also drawn to sunsets, flowers, buildings, and little everyday moments that capture my attention and are picture-worthy. What I love most about taking photos is capturing genuine moments and emotions. In a way, it lets me relieve the feeling behind each shot. It's my way of turning simple memories into something lasting and meaningful.
Photography is another hobby of mine, aside from being in amateur radio. And when I take pictures, I use DSLR. I also use a mirrorless camera or my mobile phone. Basically, I use what I have at the time. But if I do go out to take pictures, I will use my mirrorless camera because it's easier to use. I take pictures of nature, like a landscape, sceneries, plants, because I'm a nature lover, basically. And you know, when you take picture of nature, you're actually taking a picture of something that's original. It's the way it was created, if you know what I mean. That's why I like nature photography. And what I like in photography is, when you take picture, you're able to tell a story. As the saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words. You are able to compose something. You're able to express what you feel. That's why I like photography.
So if you've ever thought of picking up a camera, do it. Start simple, experiment, but most importantly, have fun. Because photography isn't just a hobby. It's a way of seeing the beauty in everyday life.
Sister Jamie, you did a quick outfit change. Shout out to Sister Jamie for discovering Down Under. And of course, we have our guest, Sister Echo, Kinola, and Brother Romy de Guzman. Sister Echo is from the local congregation of Port Moresby up there in Papua New Guinea. And Brother Romy de Guzman is from the local congregation of Manor Lakes. And I see that there are a lot of brethren supporting down in the live chat. Everyone from Manor Lakes as well. We'd like to give some shout outs before we forget. Hello to Brother Harry Payne, one of our city or one of our children's worship service members here in the local congregation of Adelaide. He says hello from Adelaide. There's also Sister Marife, Brother Benjamin Ramosa, of course. Shouting out Sister Jamie's parents. We also have Sister Honey Charlene and Sister Ivy Palma would like to give a shout out to Sister Celine Almodovar from the local congregation of Sterling. Happy birthday to you, Ate Celine. We miss you so much. All right. So we have a lot of interesting stories and inspiring stories from our guests. So they will be sharing their experiences with us today, right, Sister Jamie?
Yes, and like what we heard in the video, they have a lot of wisdom and insight about photography, and clearly they are much better photographers than me. So I hope in their interviews I'll be able to learn a lot from them.
Yeah,
absolutely. Sister Jamie, Sister Chloe, a lot to unpack. As Brother Romy had mentioned, a picture paints 1,000 words. I can't wait to extract everything that Brother Romy and Sister Echo have to offer today.
Yes, we'll definitely have a lot of exposure to some of their stories. Oh, we're back, everyone. We're so back. But I guess we may be curious, how did our guests get into photography? So let's listen in, everybody.
Got into photography because I enjoyed capturing moments and telling stories through pictures.
Well, I became interested in photography, honestly, when I bought my first camera. And I'm talking about maybe 20 years ago. And, I wanted to use it. So that actually started my interest, in taking pictures, in photography, in general. And my curiosity came from like the camera itself because, it's electronic, although it's still, the old one where you have to use roll of films, but it's already got a lot of features in it. So my curiosity was, how to be able to use all its features, all its functions, so that you could get good pictures. Like, like for example, how to prepare, like how to set your focusing, how to set your framing. That is where my curiosity was, how to be able to use that camera.
When I first started, I only had my phone, and then I saved up enough to get myself a camera. So during those times, I learned how to use what I had. I watched tutorials, I practiced a lot, and I also asked advice from people who were more experienced. Most of my preparation was just learning the basics, the lighting, the angles, the timing, and then slowly improving my skills through more practice.
It's a lot easier to prepare when you're going outside to do photography, to take pictures, because camera these days are designed to make it easier for you to use it. You don't need film anymore. Now you just use a SD card. And with that, you're able to save on money, because if you want to see your pictures, you have to print the whole roll. And the film itself is already expensive. Plus the printing, you're spending a lot of money. And then you will just get 2 or 3 pictures that you really like. You discard all the others. But now, you don't need to do that because you have the SD card. Just check it in your laptop, your computer, and you just select the pictures that you want to print. And also, like the camera these days, it's got a lot of features where you can set things on your own. See, myself, I prefer taking pictures manually, because with that you're able to really have the full control on how you want the picture to come out. Because if you set it in automatic, a lot of camera these days, they're just automatic, and you put it in auto and the camera will do everything for you. But that's good actually, especially if you have a good one. But if you do manual photography, you're able to set it, like with your own, like you customize it as you like. Uh, photography, it needs a lot of practice. It's, to me, it's not an exact science. It depends upon how like how you position yourself, especially with regards to your subject. How to frame. Uh, it's really like it really needs a lot of practice. Like myself, it's just a hobby for me, but I want to get to the point where I can consider myself a good photographer. To me, I don't consider myself like that because I'm still learning, but at least I'm getting there, with the way I prepared. And one thing that helped me is actually watching YouTube. There's a lot of videos in YouTube where, especially in the setup of the camera, that's why I was able to like not master, but I was able to already like know most of the features of my camera that I need to set so that I can be able to take good pictures. Now, I've got a DSLR, which it's my second camera actually, the DSLR. But I also have a what they call a mirrorless camera, which I bought just this year, and I find it a lot easier to use. I don't know why I find it easier to use. Maybe the camera itself, the design, it's designed to be like user friendly. Maybe because of the brand. But I find the mirrorless camera easier to use, and I find it takes better picture than the DSLR. Uh, I don't know really the reason, but I find it better to use the mirrorless camera. Um, yeah, yeah. That's why it's the one that I use most of the time. But one thing that you also need, when you take pictures, especially if you're going out just to take pictures, like you need also lens, a spare lens. Because, for example, your subject is like you have a subject that is a bit far off, you need what they call telephoto lens. You need to be able to switch lenses, so it depends on the subject that you have. It's better to have at least a spare lens with you when you go out, and also you need to make sure that you have enough power to, like, battery to power your camera. So if you're taking a lot of pictures, you need a spare battery.
Right. So, Sister Chloe, Sister Jamie, to our audience, there's a lot more to photography than meets the eye. Essentially, Brother Romy, Sister Echo have a great passion for it. Although Brother Romy says he's just a beginner, he gives an emphasis on photography himself as if he sounds like a professional. He says there's many different camera styles you can use. If you're a manual operator in your cameras, if you're an automatic operator in your cameras, you have to sort of understand the scenarios and how to kind of adjust to those scenarios, Sister Jamie, Sister Chloe.
100%. And I know that we all us three actually have quite some experience on photography, especially when we perform our duties in this multimedia. So let's give a couple of tips. Coming from what Brother Romy has mentioned, he has given so many tips. Like, for example, the items that he always has. He always has his mirrorless camera, and he always has his DSLR. And the difference between the two, he finds that it's easier to use a mirrorless camera because of the way that it's kind of designed compared to a DSLR. There's also things like, for example, if we're using it for video, if we're using photography for video and video editing, we can be using different sets of mics. Oh, and different lenses. Like, right, Brother Morgan?
Yeah, absolutely. So Brother Romy had mentioned you can use different lenses. Particularly, he mentioned telephonic, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. It's essentially it's a lens that can extend from say a smaller millimeter, so 28 to say a 75 is typically what I like to use. But then our district multimedia, which is duties inside the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ, would definitely help with a versatile capturing a variety of moments in our everyday activities that we have inside the Church of Christ. So we have our evangelical missions, we have our unity games, we play volleyball. You need certain settings and certain types of equipment to capture certain scenarios. And as Sister Chloe, Sister Jamie are very fluent essentially in these activities. They also have a great understanding as district multimedia officers inside the Church of Christ when it comes to camera equipment. Essentially, you don't have to have top of the line cameras. You can also, with this day and age technology, you can use your phones. If you know how to adjust the settings correctly, they can match the quality of today's new release cameras.
100%. Sister Jamie, what do you tend to use when you do some photography?
When I do photography, I actually I use my dad's camera. He has a DSLR, so I use that a lot. When I first started as well, like what Brother Romy said, I was on automatic all the time. I had no clue about exposure and like framing, all of that. But I think, like what Brother Romy said, over time, when you practice, you start to learn to have an eye for these sort of things, being able to use the manual setting and be able to adjust the camera to be able to capture the photo that tells a story.
Yes, 100%. For example, there are certain lenses that we like to use when we're taking photos of people, so like portraits, whereas there are different cameras and shutter speeds, for example, that we would like to use if we were to do some sports photography, for example, in Unity games, or in if we ever find ourselves like in a different area where we're taking photos of sports, like for example, you're courtside at a basketball game or you're watching some racing, and you have some of these like really fast moving subjects, as we like to say. So different different environments and different situations call for different types of equipment, I think, is what Brother Romy and Sister Echo were trying to say as well. So it's really interesting to have a lot of this insight, because we have so many stories that we can share. So another interesting thing with photography is that there's a wide range of things that can be used as your subject, like what we've kind of mentioned. So let's see what the favorite photography subjects of our guests are. So let's take a look.
Taking photos of people whenever I'm at a gathering or at an event. I also love taking pictures of nature, especially the sunset. They both give me the chance to express my creativity.
My favorite subjects for taking pictures is mostly nature, scenery, because for one thing, I like nature, so I like things like like for example mountains or like fields, but I also like to take pictures of people, uh, like right now, if we have any church activity, I take pictures so that we could have remembrance of our activity. Also like taking pictures of like cityscape. I like nature as a subject, because you know why? Because nature, when you take picture, you're actually taking picture of something that is like original, especially if you're taking picture of like for example like mountains, or like a wide field, an area. It's something like it came out that way, I could say, it was created like that. So you're taking picture of something that is really original. That's why I like taking pictures of nature, natural features.
Yeah, so a lot of interest from Brother Romy, Sister Echo, to our audience, Sister Chloe, Sister Jamie. Brother Romy seems to like a whole variety of scenarios. So he took interest, as we heard, cityscapes, portraits, landscapes, and the likes. It's very interesting to hear.
Yes, 100%. And of course, another thing interesting to hear is all of our live chat commenters. There's so many of them, and we have not shouted them out in so long. So let's do a few shout outs, shall we? So we have some birthdays that we want to give out. So from Sister Geraldine Nobut, greetings from Central Coast. Happy birthday pot today to Sister Jill Baino. Enjoy your special day pot in Brizzy. God bless. So happy birthday, Sister Jill. Some comments we have Sister Geraldine Tan. Happy viewing, brethren from Wyndham. We have Brother Dante Diolola. Hello po ka, Dante. Happy viewing from Port Adelaide. At the Rona, Afinir says hello to all hearts and everyone watching from Bankstown over there in New South Wales. We have from Toowoomba, Brother Mark Ruby Estudillo. And we have Sister Vivian Roy from the group worship service over there in Catherine in the Northern Territory. We truly love and support INC Radio. Thank you so much for all of your support, everyone. We have Brother Rolly Maghirang. Happy viewing, brethren, all over the world. It's INC Radio Australia time. That's right, everyone, from North Brisbane. Sister Sarah May Soriano. Hello to our very own head deacon, Ka Romy de Guzman from Manor Lakes. And we have Brother Alvin Gale Santos. Happy viewing. Good afternoon to everyone, and happy viewing po from Wewak up there in Papua New Guinea. So, Brother Romy de Guzman and Sister Ecker both had their favorite subjects. So, Sister Jamie, I want to know as well. What's your favorite subjects that you usually like to take photos of?
I think I really like taking photography when I travel to new places. You know, when you go on vacation and seeing new places, new scenery, I think it's a perfect opportunity that I can take photos. What about you, Sister Chloe?
I love taking photos of my friends. Taking photos of my friends. That's lately what I've been doing. Because I like the memories that it shows, especially with apps now, with like the photos apps now. It gives you a timeline of, oh, you have memories from exactly this day from 5 years ago. And it's nice to reminisce and look back and feel all nostalgic all over again, because you have all of these memories that are stored into your phone. And now that we have, digital media and our phones, we can take photos of everything all the time. It doesn't necessarily have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be necessarily the most quality photos, but it's photos that you can look back on and have a laugh or have a good memory about. So I think right now it's people, it's my friends. Yeah. Brother Morgan, how about you?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just like you, Sister Chloe, Sister Jamie, blessed with the opportunity to serve inside Iglesia Ni Cristo as a district multimedia officer, as we had mentioned earlier, and being able to take photos of our beloved brethren and all of our guests who may join us. It's a blessed opportunity to just capture their embrace, their smiles while they're enjoying the activities, such as our Mr. and Mrs. Chef challenges, which is our cooking challenges, activity that we have with the married members of the Iglesia Ni Cristo or the Church of Christ. But besides from that, also just being out, we have many activities here in Townsville in North Queensland. They have the Townsville 500, which is essentially a race. They have supercars that race for about 3 or 4 days from the top of the line cars that just kind of roar all the way around Townsville Central Bureau District, so the city essentially. And if you have the capability to be able to capture those fast-moving cars, it's always an awesome photo to be able to take. We have a lot of photo enthusiasts here in Townsville, local congregation. A big shout out to Brother John Bernard, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, I've forgotten your last name, brother, off the top of my head, but a great photo photographer here in Townsville who's always contributing as a district multimedia officer inside the Church of Christ, but he's always going out of his way to capture photos around Townsville, the sceneries. He's always going out bush. So a lot to take in if you have that passion.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, we also have a comment here from the district minister all the way in the District of New South Wales, Brother Seth Gutierrez. Hello, Pakaseth. He says, good afternoon, greetings to everyone. Greetings to our brethren watching INC Radio. Hello to our hosts and our guests too from Sydney. Hello, Pakasa. Thank you for supporting us. But yeah, there's so many different subjects. There's also, like Sister Ecker was saying, she likes taking photos of sunrises and nature. I find that that's actually a little bit more difficult. I don't know, maybe I'm not like gifted in that sense. My photos always tend to look a little bit too faded for my liking. I like it when colors are quite vibrant. So maybe Sister Echo can give us some advice when we were able to talk to her. Isn't that right, Sister Jamie?
Yes, I would love to hear from her because I agree. The sunset in real life, it's so vibrant, but then I take a photo and and it's
And it
all
doesn't look
gone.
as good.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, to all of our viewers watching, I would love, or we would love, to hear all about what you love to take photos of. So please leave your comments down and we will be sure to read them soon.
100%. And we would like to give some more shout out because there's so many of them. There's so many of them in the comment section that we should continue to do some names. So shout out. There's so many from Adelaide, Sister Jamie. They're supporting you.
I think that's some good news, Sister
No.
Chloe.
Shout out to our resident ministers, Brother DJ Manguit, Sister Jerica Manguit from Adelaide. We also have at the Abby Limara, at the Yana Garcia, and at the Ivane Garcia. I see you in the live chat section, mga ates. Hello. Sister Christine Ong from Adelaide as well. Let's go to some from Donnybrook. We have Brother Ryan Villapanya, Sister Riza Villapanya. Hello, everyone. Sister Charlene Fry from Wewak GWS in up there in Papua New Guinea as well, and Sister May Min Ramos from Dean Park over there in Sydney. So thank you so much, everyone. Continue to comment on your live chat as well, and share with us any experiences that you might have in photography. But I'm also curious about our guests. How do they utilize their interest in photography? So let's see, everyone.
As a correspondent in the church, I use my photography skills to help document church activities and events. Whenever we have evangelical missions or when we have Bible studies outside of church.
Whenever we have activity now, I try to bring my camera and take some pictures. And that's one thing that I really like because I'm able to help in the local. I take pictures, I send it to our local secretary, our local chronicler, so they can have, they can file it for the history of the local. When you are able to do that, you're also able to make brethren happy. If you're able to take good picture of them and you give it to them, they're happy for it. It's one thing that I really love now. I'm able to help in our local activities.
Yeah, so just like us, Sister Chloe, Sister Jamie, Brother Romy, Sister Echo, they're very active members of the Iglesia Ni Cristo. And again, they find great joy in taking photos of our brethren during their activities. They were able to capture that embrace and then send it through to our chroniclers inside the Church of Christ, who can then record, the history of the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ. So it's amazing to see the joy that they receive from being able to perform their duties inside the Church of Christ, sisters.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, go for it, Sister Jamie.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to our lead chronicler in the local congregation of Adelaide, Sister Brianna Carlos. As a chronicling aide myself, I also agree with what Brother Remy said. There's a great joy in being able to capture the history of our local congregation and having these memories to look back on whenever we reach milestones in our congregation.
Yes, and it's one of my favorite things to do, to be able to have this duty of being in the district multimedia, but it also, I find that it translates well to everyday life. So all of the skills that we've gotten, I've been fortunate enough to have grown up in district multimedia, so it's been a while. It's been a while. And all of those skills, I like to have them for, like, even for example when we go out with my family or like dinner time. A lot of my friends know that I love taking pictures of food. All the time. Like, and there are a lot of unfortunately, people seem to like them as well, and they say like, oh, like your pictures of fruit are really nice, how'd you do it? It's training. I got trained, and I love fruity pictures. So there's kinds of, even those little moments of, okay, let me just take my phone out, 2 seconds, and then, oh, there we go. happy times. Take a photo and then put it back, and then have some special time with your family, and then you will look back on those photos and you will think, oh, that's when I had oysters for the fourth time that month. and, and I remember it because it was just as good as the first time, so a lot of very inspiring stories. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Sister Chloe, Sister Jamie, to our audience, we are blessed this day and age to be able to have the technology to be able to capture moments on the spot with our phones, whether or not you have a phone or a camera with you at the moment. But as Sister Chloe had mentioned, you can take photos of your food, not only of your food, but with your family members, and reflect on those moments. As Brother Romy had mentioned, also when he's with the brethren. So a lot of special moments to take in. And as we have our guests today, they have special moments or memorable photos that I'd like to share with us today. So let's take a quick look.
Like the last time in one of the pictures that I have here, picture where we all gather together and do a video. But the picture that I have is like a still shot where I try to take a picture of all of us, and with where we mentioned. Yeah, I was really happy with that picture, and I was able to, with the use of the filter, I was able to adjust the brightness because that day was really bright. The sun was really out, and the picture came out okay. The other one where there is this art of rose. I took that from the Werribee Rose Garden, and I thought of saying to my wife, can you stand there, under this arc, and then I'll take a picture. And yeah, I just like it. My wife also, she likes that scene where you have that arc and then you have the flowers on it. And the other one, like unpaved road, that's actually when we made a visit to this place where there is no established congregation yet or group worship service. We visited that area because there was one brother of ours that worked in the dairy farm, and uh, they had a lot of workers there. So we thought of doing a mission socializing activity. So we went there, and the place is so nice, and I just thought of taking that picture where you have this long road leading to the farm, where all the dairy cows are. It's like a scenery. That's why I thought of taking that picture.
Sister Chloe, Sister Jamie, to our audience joining us today, you can see Brother Romy's passion in the photos that he takes. He loves taking photos of big mega structures, essentially like mansions. You can see there that he had with his family and friends, as well as just portrait with his partner with a lovely rose arch. That he before he even pulled out his camera, he looked around. He thought, oh, that'd be lovely to capture, and so he did. But I also love how his photo of the road. These are the types of art and the types of photographies that I love, is where they make you question why. And he had the photo of the long road when we went to go out and kind of source out an area for a local congregation inside the Church of Christ to plot. And he had a long road there that you led out to just the vast distance, and you kind of think of where is this road leading? Why is this road here? And that's art essentially within your photography. It's sort of a visual art, and it's all the more a part of your passion and your creativity, sisters.
Yeah, you're very philosophical in that way, Cleo Morgan.
I
take pictures of food.
Art in general. Food is very curious.
Why? Like, why food?
Why food? What sort of spices are on the
I know, right? Oh, it's got a bit of salt and pepper in this one.
Ooh, getting dangerous.
I know, right? So we like the different photos we connect a lot of memories, and we connect a lot of thought processes with all of them. So it's really important that we also share those photos. And speaking of sharing photos, again, if you have any photos that you are proud of, brethren, in the live chat, please share them with us so that you can be featured on our Mates of Mia. So, Sister Jamie, I know that we also have some lessons in life that we can learn from our guests, right?
Yes, I think we can all tell Brother Romy and Sister Echo, they have a lot of insight, a lot of experience. So I think it's time now to learn about what life lessons they've learned through photography. Let's have a look.
Photography has taught me patience and it helped me appreciate small details. It inspires me to look at life from different perspectives and to be more observant. I learned that improvement comes from consistent practice. Don't be afraid to start small, make mistakes, or try new things. But most importantly, use your talent to help others. Inspire them because it makes the journey more meaningful.
Yeah, absolutely. Sister Chloe, Sister Jamie, once again to our audience, a common theme lately with our episodes is don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's always a learning curve. There's never losses, only learning, essentially, as Sister Echo had mentioned, and you can always just improve from those mistakes. Sister Jamie, Sister Chloe.
Yeah, for sure. There's with things like photography, the more you do it, the more you learn and the more you'll improve, and you'll sort of have a guess of what style you like, what kind of look that you have. And the best thing about photography is that there's no really wrong way to do it. You have your own preference on how you want your pictures to look, and that's what matters. It's a good way to express yourself and to express your own art. So it's one of those really versatile hobbies that we can have. And we have so many more comments, right, Sister Jamie?
Yes, you guys have been really going at it with the comments. I can feel the excitement from all the way here in Adelaide. So we have Sister Gladys Bustamante. Shout out po to Esquerra family, AU family, Kizon family, who took care of us and welcomed us here in Australia. Happy Sunday po from Dean Park. Brother Joel Itchan, enjoy watching from the local congregation of Ellenbrook, District of Western Australia. Shout out to our District Minister, Brother Noli Esperanza, and to our resident minister, Brother Rennie Rose Raza. Hello to all the brethren around the world. We also have Brother Louis Obut. We love watching INCRadio every Sunday po. Happy viewing to all brethren, especially to our resident minister, Brother Res Timbang from Central Coast. There's also a special comment from Brother Bong Manangan, the resident minister in the local congregation of Knox City. Happy viewing po. Greetings to all the brethren, especially those from Knox City. And there is so many more of you.
Yes. There's a lot of them. Hello po, Kabong. Shout out to you, Kabong. That's our favorite LOS overseer, or Light of Salvation overseer. But yes, go for it, Kuya Morgan.
Yeah, no, a lot of comments in. We'd love to hear from you guys. And if you haven't already, continue to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell to stay up to date with all of INCRadio Made in Australia's updates. We will be with you shortly. We're going on a quick break, so stay tuned because you are watching Made in Australia, brought to you by INCRadio Australia Satellite Studios, one of the official satellite studios of INCRadio.
Made in Australia.
All right, and welcome back to Made in Australia, brought to you by INCRadio Australia Satellite Studio. Now, let's jump into one of our viewers' all-time favorite segments, Game Time.
It's game time. Let's play.
All right, and for our live chat and our audience viewing today, be ready to type your answers for a chance to win some INCRadio merchandise.
Yes. So, welcome to our game time segment, everyone. Get your keyboards ready, get your phones ready, because today we will be taking turns in asking questions all about photography. So, we can even ask all of our commenters to even, answer. And of course, this will give us I can't talk today. It will give us a chance to win some INCRadio or Made in Australia tote bags. There we go. There we go. Let's go on to our first question, Kuya Tech. All right. What is the term for a photo taken without subject's knowledge or posing? Ooh, let's see. Let's see on the live chat. Okay.
Yes, don't be afraid to put in your answer. There is no wrong answer except for the wrong answer, brethren.
Exactly.
But while we give you a chance, brethren, to type in your answers again to be in the running for some INCRadio merchandise, we'll hand you over to Sister Jamie, who can give us a bit of an understanding of what other styles of photography there are.
Oh, there's so many styles, Brother Morgan. I feel like there's a different style for anything you like. If you like going to concerts, there's a space for concert photography, or for sports lovers, there's a lot of sports photography as well. Me personally, I think a good portrait is always lovely. I know my family, we love family portraits, or just like our guests were talking about, Sister Echo and Brother Romy, nature photography is also really popular. Brother Morgan, do you have a favorite?
I am trying to take an interest lately in sports photography, capturing fast moments. You have to have, again, a certain setting with the cameras to be able to capture those fast moments without it blurring. And I'm trying to get the understanding of how to adjust the settings to capture those quick movements. So I am enjoying sports at the moment, Sister Jamie. And for our live audience, if you have a specific style that you like, don't be afraid to let us know. And don't forget to send through some of your photos to whoever might have invited you to today's link, or to your local leadership, to be featured in next week's episode. All right, so Sister Chloe, do we have an answer from our live chat?
Yes, I've been collating some answers. We're on the right track, everybody. Not that we know the answers. We're on the right track. I see some commenters saying it's called stolen shots. What's another word for stolen, everybody? We'll give you some hints. What's another word for stolen? And it also gives us a good segue into talking about responsible use of photography. So things like without subject's knowledge or posing. So of course it's important that we take good consent of the people that we're taking photos of. And it's also called the responsible use of photography and the responsible use of social media. So those are important moral lessons as well that we can take from this episode. Oh, I see some answers. All right. Okay. Let's go over to some comments while our live chat continues to answer. We've got Sister Lori San Jose from Melbourne, Brother Ruel Acantarado from Shepperton, Sister Sadalina Banyas from Melbourne, Sister Geraldine Tan from Wyndham, and Brother Joseph Beno from Central Coast. Hello, everyone. Shout out to you. We have Brother John saying candid photos. Candid is coming up really a lot as well. Ooh, a lot of different answers.
All right, so we have Brother John coming in with candid. We have some other brethren coming in with stolen. Again, the correct answer will be in the running for an INCRadio tote bag. Koyatek, can we see if our audience is correct? Yes, the correct answer, Sister Chloe, Sister Jamie, to our audience is candid, another word for stolen, but we were looking for the word candid. Brother John, you'll be in the running for some INCRadio merchandise. Congratulations. But yes, candid is the correct answer when trying to get some of your unusual photos, obviously, when it's not directly looking at the lens. Is that right, Sister Chloe?
Yes.
Sister Jamie? Yeah.
It's the you're pretending to laugh. You're smiling to the side.
Yes, Sister Chloe
exposing my poses, right?
I take a lot of candid photos with Sister Chloe.
Yeah, she does. She really does. Shout out to Sister Jamie.
Shout out to Sister Jamie. All right. And so, again, congratulations, Brother John. Over to our next question, Koyatek. So, what do you call a photograph taken of yourself, usually with a phone or camera held at arm's length? So this one may just ring a couple of bells. We'll wait for your answers. While we are waiting, Sister Jamie, Sister Chloe, I just wanted to share with our audience some insight in regards to exposure within camera usage. So essentially, exposure is photography controlled by the exposure triangle. Aperture, which is your lens size opening. the shutter speed, which is the duration of light exposure, and your ISO, which is your sensor sensitivity. Aperture controls light quantity and depth of field, which is the blur. Your shutter speed controls light duration and motion blur. So what I'm trying to learn now with sports and capturing fast moving objects. And your shutter speed, which controls, and your ISO, which controls your overall brightness and introduces noise, which is another concept within photography. They work together. Change one, and you must adjust another to maintain proper exposure within that exposure triangle. So just a bit of camera knowledge for you guys and for all who are joining us today. Sister Chloe, do we have any answers for question 2?
You sound like an expert, Kuya Morgan. I need some of that help. Knowing I still get confused with the numbers relating to shutter speed and aperture, and how that relates to there's that exposure triangle. We're getting into a rabbit hole. This is clearly a hyper focus for me. We have some answers. So Sister Evelyn Vivas from Wyndham says selfie. Sister Mary Ferremosa says selfie. Sister Jovelyn Song says selfie po. And Sister Jean Robert San Miguel also says selfie. So for everyone, if you haven't noticed, the YouTube has updated our live chat section, so we actually see your username. So sometimes it's a little bit hard for us to see your full name. So if you'd like, you can put your full name and your local congregations, that we can better identify you and we can be able to shout you out properly. All right. So let's see the answer, not the question to the answer. Let's see the answer to our question. Kuya Tech. Selfie. It's a selfie. I love a selfie like that. Yeah, we take a lot of selfies too, right, Sister Jamie?
So many selfies, Sister Chloe. But I think it's time to move on to our next question, Clear Tech. What do you call a wide photo that shows a large area, often of landscapes or city skylines? I wonder what it is.
Yeah, there's a specific setting on Mars phones for this now. That's a hint. Also, I saw this video that there are, like, for example, like different ages of people, and they're like, how do you show that you're taking or how do you show that you're taking a photo? And a lot of people do this, right? But then there are some people that, like, they take it like a selfie, like, especially like the younger kids. Anyway, that was a video that I saw about taking photos.
A lot of stars, Sister Chloe, Sister Jamie. Again, just to circle back to Brother John D. Third, who had a correct answer for candid in our first question. Brother, if you could just type in your local congregation, your full name, so we have an understanding of who you are and when to send through your INCRadio merchandise if you do come out today's winner. We are tallying up all the correct answers for today, so be sure to type in your answers and hopefully you have them correct. And circling back to question 2, our correct answer who came in first was Sister, your username is Sister Jean Roberts San Miguel. Your name seems to be printed there, but if you could send us through your full name and local congregation, again, you will be in the running for some INCRadio merchandise. Sister Jamie, do we have an answer for question 3?
Oh, so I see Sister Actor GL from the local congregation of Melbourne says panoramic, and Brother Dennis Cornell says panorama. So let's see if they are correct. Clear Tech.
Panorama. So
my panorama shots never turn out well. Yeah, like because you know how on your phone you like glide through the landscape. It never turns out well for me. I don't know.
I get very disorientated turning around. I get a little bit of
and then you focus, and then you have to focus on keeping like the straight line.
Yeah. I've never been able to take a full panoramic view or panorama photo before, but I might give it a try after this one.
Yeah.
But a big congratulations to Brother Dennis Cornell, who came through with the correct answer first. Panorama. A very close sister, Jalisa Maria, who said panoramic, but unfortunately it is panorama, sister. But congratulations to you too.
Yes, let's go on to our next question, Clear Tech.
All right. So, what do photographers, often say to make people smile before taking a photo? There are many things, but there is one in particular that we are looking for. Sister Jamie, Sister Chloe, what would you guys usually
Yes.
say to make people
Oh,
smile before a
Yeah.
camera? Before a photo, before a
Yeah,
photo.
we have a
Before
lot
I'm
of
going to forget this, this might be our last question for today's episode, everyone. So this would be what will determine our tote bag winner. So make sure that we try to get our answers first up, everyone. So, Sister Jamie, what do you usually say?
oh, Sister Chloe, we usually say INC
Yeah.
at church, you know. We have a lot of options for
We have a lot of
oh
opportunities. We have a lot
Sister
of
Chloe, tell them about
No,
your
I
favorite
can't. I
one.
can't tell that joke. If everyone wants to know the joke that I made, one time when we were taking photos, please send me a message because it's actually so funny. But I think if I tell, we'll laugh too much. So I think we have so many. Oh, even my mom. Shout out to Sister Marta de la Paz from Adelaide. She says INC. we've 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 rubbed off on them. Uh, Brother John again says cheese. Sister Javelin's song says smile. And then Sister Javelin's song also says say INC. I think we say INC a lot, especially when we take photos as a group during our CFR or Christian Family Organizations activities. I oh Ate Rish, hello Ate Rish Okon from Manor Lake. She says cheesecake. Amazing.
Really hungry now.
Could go for
Anything.
some
I didn't realize that we say like the things that we say are like things that make our mouths like wide. I was like, why do we say like INC or why do we say like cheesecake? I'm not going to mention the answer, but like I didn't realize that it's because it makes you smile when you say the word. I'm a bit slow. So we'll see. Ooh. Let's see if we have some answers. Oh, okay. Let's look at our answer, Kriyatek. All right, the answer is cheese. So while we wait for our ate to determine who was the first one to have the correct answer, which means that they will be the winner for today's tote bag, INC Radio tote bag, we would like to give some more shout outs. Some last minute shout outs before we end our episode today from Brother Amador Bayalan from Hobart, Sister Rosalind De Vera from Gladstone, Sister Rebecca Ayade from Palmerston City, Brother Gabriel Briones from Manor Lakes. We'd like to say hello to Sister Ayan Mata from Adelaide, Sister Abby Lacamba from Adelaide, and Brother Raymond Mabulak from Shepperton. Thank you so much for supporting us on INC Radio today. Ooh, so I think let's wait for our winner. Let's wait for our winner, and we'll see who gets to win our tote bag for today. So
Yes, Sister
here we
Chloe,
go.
I do believe we have a winner. Brother John D3rd has come through with the final answer of say cheese, who was actually the winner for the first question, which makes Brother John D3rd from Manor Lakes today's winner for today's INC Radio tote bag. Congratulations, brother. We'll be sure to send that one through to you directly. Continue to support us all. We love to hear from you guys. But before we go, Sister Jamie, I do believe we'll be heading over to a break.
Yes, we will. So please stay tuned, everyone. Keep watching because you are watching Made in Australia, brought to you by INC Radio Australia Satellite Studio, one of the official satellite studios of INC Radio.
Made in Australia.
Yes, and we also have some more winners. We have 3 winners today. So Brother John D3rd, Sister Jean Robert San Miguel, and Sister Yana Carla Garcia as well. So for all of you, especially for those who have like some quirky usernames as well, come message us and then we'll make sure to send some tote bags to you and to your local congregation as well. And of course, photography is a powerful, positive, and inspiring medium that serves as a universal language for connection, self expression, and documentation, like what we have heard in our experiences from our guests today. It allows individuals to freeze moments in time, evoke emotions, and tell stories that transcend worlds and borders. So thank you everyone for supporting us on our INC Radio and Made in Australia episode today. And hope you enjoyed our episode today because we had just as much fun hosting it with you. So continue to support us every Sunday, everyone. That's at 3 p.m. Philippine time and 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And we would like to thank our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Aranio V. Manalo, and of course our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, for all of your support and your love for us here on Made in Australia and INC Radio Australia. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Sister Jamie?
Yes, thank you everyone for joining. I hope to see you again next week.
Yes, thanks again, mates of Mia.
Bye everyone. Bye everything.
From the bushland to the beaches and everywhere in between, let's thank this week's Mates of Mia.
From the local congregation of Blackstone, Ecclesiastical District of Queensland, Australia, we are INC Radio.
The congregation of Caboolture, Queensland, Australia.
We love INC Radio.
We love INC Radio.
From the Ecclesiastical District of Queensland, Australia.
We love INC Radio.
Local congregation of Gladstone, we love INC Radio.
The local congregation of Manor Lakes,
we love